Hi, I'm Dr. Jen Harrison from drjenniferharrison.com and welcome to your Best Self Minute. Today I want to talk to you about how to take control of your life even in these uncertain times. So some of you may be thinking, well, it's impossible to take complete control and responsibility. Like what if something comes up beyond my control, like a traffic jam or a global pandemic? Well, Dr. Robert Resnick is a psychotherapist, and he came up with this really simple but powerful formula called E plus R equals O, where E stands for event, the R stands for your response to that event, and O equals the outcome. Now, an extreme example of this is Dr. Viktor Frankl. You may have heard of him. He was an Austrian neurologist and psychiatrist and also a Holocaust survivor. Now, he wrote a book about his horrific experiences, and the book was called Man's Search for Meaning. And he determined that while he had no control over what the Nazis did to him in the concentration camps, he could control his thoughts. He chose to search for meaning amidst his brutal experience in the concentration camps. And one situation involved him and a group of prisoners being transported and marched, forced to march over miles of really, really rugged and harsh terrain, and often being hit with the rifle butts of the guards. Now, one of his fellow prisoners made a comment about how he hoped that their wives were in a much better situation than they were in that moment. And the comment, in turn, prompted Victor to think of his wife. And he says, "I understood how a man who has nothing left in this world still may know bliss, be it only for a moment, in the contemplation of his beloved." And Viktor Frankl survived the Holocaust and lived to be 92 years old. Now, hopefully none of us will experience what Dr. Frankl experienced, but it shows that how we respond to life determines whether we have a positive outcome or not. Now, another less extreme example of an event might be just standing in a long lineup at the grocery store. So let's explore, with this example, let's explore 3 possible responses to that event, being stuck in the long lineup. So the first response, or first option of a response, could be that you choose to complain, and you complain out loud about how slow the service is, how lousy the service is, and that could be one option, one choice that you have in terms of the response that you make to that situation. Now, a second option could be that you could choose to use the time to catch up on your emails on your cell phone. A third option, a third response that you could have could be to do a breathing meditation while you wait in line. I've actually done this a number of times in lineups at the grocery store. So notice how all 3 responses to the event of having to wait in line have the potential to create 3 very different outcomes. So the first response results in frustration, not to mention when you're frustrated and you're angry, you get an increase in stress hormones like cortisol, which actually deplete your immune system. Now, the second response of dealing with the emails may create a sense of accomplishment, like taking care of emails, completing a task. Now, the third response of doing a breathing meditation could create a sense of calm in your mind and your body, which also lowers stress hormones and helps to boost your immune system. E plus R equals O. What outcome do you want? Now, let's look at the COVID pandemic. It's an event, but how are you choosing to respond to it? Are you choosing to become extremely anxious by watching the same negative news reports over and over and over again all day long? Are you choosing to drink more alcohol in an unhealthy attempt to calm your fear and calm your anxiety? Or are you choosing to use this time to virtually, reconnect with family and friends? Are you choosing this time to listen to uplifting podcasts? Or are you choosing to help out neighbors who may be in need, perhaps picking up groceries for an elderly neighbor or a friend who's isolated at home? While we may not have complete control over the events that happen to us, we do have 100% control over how we choose to respond to them. and how we respond to them completely affects the outcome. E plus R equals O. Events plus our response equals the outcome. So what outcomes do you want to create for yourself, for your family, for your community during these uncertain times? If you're needing some help with that, be sure to check out the resources I have on my website. Using the formula E plus R equals O is a great way to go from your stressed self to your best self. Now, if you found this video helpful, make sure you like it, share it with a friend who may need it, and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this one. For additional resources to help you go from your stressed self to your best self, head on over to my website, drjenniferharrison.com, and join our Best Self community. It's free to join, and you'll get exclusive member-only access to powerful content. Plus, you'll receive 5 amazing bonuses. Remember, becoming your best self starts with just one step in the right direction. Thanks for watching.